Hello and welcome to another episode of Can We Be Real? Can we be real about the fact that my niece Edie is about to turn 5, which is crazy. I always remember her birthday. It was a very auspicious day. It was the day that factory exploded on the edge of Melbourne. And, do you remember when the chemical, illegally stored chemical warehouse exploded? And I'll never forget standing in the waiting room of the Melbourne Women's Hospital waiting for my first opportunity to see Edie as that stream of black smoke wafted over the city, and we were all thinking, how fast is that going to kill us? Is that a today thing, or is that like a sort of
a few weeks away?
Or is that a cancer that will just manifest over decades?
Year.
What's happening here?
Yeah.
And so yes, if ever I forget her birthday, I can just quickly Google that.
Totally.
What day did that happen?
Yeah.
Oh, beauty. It was in August, so soon, very soon. She's turning 5, which is crazy. It's exciting though, because get ready for a name drop, guys. There's going to be a superstar at her party. It's the real Elsa. But
the real Elsa?
The real one, though.
How can you have the real one?
Well, she knows her, and her dad knows her, and her mum knows her, and so she's going to be at her party. And so she met the real Elsa at her friend Betty's party, and she was doing some face painting and singing some songs, the girls in the garden, and they've secured her.
Amazing.
I'm happy to say my brother and his wife have secured the real Elsa
They are connected.
Edie's party. And it's exciting for me because Edie lets me buy her Elsa dresses.
Right.
And oftentimes the Elsa dresses come with a headband that also has a blonde plait attached.
Right.
Like a Let It Go braid.
Yeah.
So because my own daughter she doesn't do Elsa. She's never done Elsa.
She's never done Elsa. Now that's rare, right? Because most kids at some point in their childhood have done a bit of Elsa.
Oh, totally. And she loved the movie. Like there was at least a 2-year period where
she was singing that.
That was all we played in the car.
Yeah.
That was every time we were in the car.
Yeah.
Let it go, let it go.
Yeah.
Do you want to know a secret? It was all that was happening.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the bit in the movie where their parents die, in a shipwreck, just pass them by. Every time, because we watched it 8 times a day, and I'd think, are you getting that?
Yeah.
No, in their minds, they were just, let's move on.
Yes.
To the next song.
Great.
It is great, really. Why do kids' movies always have to have a hideous bit where Emo's mum gets eaten by a monster? Why can't we just go have the songs and the dancing? Why do we have to bit where your parents die?
Is that because they're kind of trying to teach you hey, life isn't great?
Guess what, kids? Your parents are going to die. We all die.
Yeah, they try to kind of subliminally give the message across
every
in this
time.
Happy song.
It's the same in Bambi. I mean, it's always been the way. It's why can't we just
keep it happy, keep it light?
Yeah. But anyway, back to the real Elsa who will be at the party and we were laughing the other day at lunch we were having with Edie and everybody, the whole family, and my mum said, because Darlie doesn't wear dresses. She's now 13. And I said, yeah, remember she had that one dress? It was the Kylo Ren tunic.
Right.
She's a Star Wars fan, big Star Wars fan. And even when she was little, all the other girls would be dressed as Elsa when we went somewhere, a party, birthday party. This sea of Elsas. And one Darth Vader. And that was Darlie.
Wow.
Always. And
that's a young age to choose that.
2 years old is when she started.
That's young.
Do you want a costume doll? Darth Vader.
Right.
Darth Vader. And as she outgrew it, we'd have to get another Darth Vader. And then she saw a new movie, Kylo Ren.
Right.
He was the new bad guy.
So Star Wars.
And she even had the little mask that went... That'd be little Darlie.
Right, so it starts at 2. She's now 13.
Still going. Last Halloween.
Right.
Doll.
Okay.
Cape.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, 2 weeks
ago. Loves the dark side.
She loves the dark side, but she's not a dark person at all.
Right.
She thinks, I asked her about this when she was about 7 or 8. I was like, doll, it's just sort of not your vibe, the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have thought of you as a dark. She goes,
She's playing a role, mate.
Well, she said, look, the fact is it's just more powerful.
Yeah.
She's like, I hate to say it, but they're just more powerful.
Right. Is that the truth?
I couldn't argue with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think either of you are Star Wars people, are you?
No, not at all, but I get the guy. He's
Derek?
Pretty dark and scary.
More powerful?
Oh, he's got memorabilia here.
He's got Darth Vader mask over his desk.
Yes.
I'm asking him because he's my vintage and he would know. I don't think you can argue with it, right?
Yeah.
Darth Vader, not a great guy. You wouldn't want him as your dad, let's say, but
Complicated.
Complicated. But you
And
can't
also an easy gig for the actor.
fully.
So maybe she's...
It's the gravitas.
You don't really-
And
that's it. You just have to walk around.
Yeah.
So maybe she's enjoying that she doesn't have to really put anything else into the act.
Oh, you got to put a lot in. You got to put a stomp. You got to put shoulders. It's fashion.
Right.
It's fashion. It's Tyra Banks. It's,
Yes.
It's getting the wind in the hair. It's smizing. Even though you can't see the eyes, you know what's happening there. It's getting the flow. You got to get your cape flowing. It's attitude, you know.
Have you ever had any other mums or dads raise the fact that Dali's Darth Vader?
The mums have always loved it.
They love it.
Yeah, well, I'm from the western suburbs, so that might have something to do with it. But the mums have always been like, I love that.
Yes.
I wish my daughter was like, I want to be Darth Vader.
Yeah.
But here's me going, oh, Edie, can I buy you another dress? Oh, Edie, can I buy you another little tiny set of heels? Oh, Edie. And her parents are like, can you not?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, but she loves them. And she goes, Annie Shell, I'm going to change into another dress. And I go, yes, do it, Edie, do it. So, you know, all hail Princess Edie, I say.
Right.
Yeah.
You're trying to send a message to Dali?
No, she knows. She gets
to...
it. She loves it too.
Right.
She thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
She's like, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be it, but I get it.
Yeah.
You know?
But there's a part of you that just you wanted to try it on?
Yeah, I beg
just try
her.
it on. Have you said, just try it on for me?
Yeah, and I beg her when we have a joke. I'm like, Dal, do you want to come and have a mani-pedi? Want to come and have a spray tan? She does that. She laughs, oh, Mum, as if I would ever do that. And I'm like, I know, but can we please? Please. One time I had compulsory face masks with her. I'm like, I'm serious. I'm not giving you lunch money this week.
Yeah.
I'm serious, Dal. It's half an hour. Put on the damn mask. Yeah, that's what's happening at our house.
Wow.
Edie's like, mask me, Auntie Shell. Mask me again. Do you guys reckon I've got an accent?
Yes. Australian.
Beautiful, though. Like cultured. A cultured one.
No.
Like, I've listened to you. No.
No, it's I wouldn't say it's beautiful. That's not the word that comes to mind. I would say interesting. You stand out. You know, like Husey, how his voice stands out, right?
I don't sound like Husey.
No, you don't sound like Husey, but he's got a voice.
Yeah,
and you know
yeah.
it's Husey when he's talking.
Yeah, he's got a very distinctive voice.
But it's the same with you. Like when you're talking, everyone knows it's you. Like you,
it's
especially
so
with
funny
this.
you
If
say that.
anyone listening to this podcast right now knows,
it's funny you say that because I
straight
don't
away.
think I do.
You do.
But then over the years, people will say, "Oh, they've got the Meshel sound," and I go, "I don't have a sound. It's not like I'm Judith Lucy, who's got a ooh, it's like a sound." Oh, no offense to Jude, but you know what I mean. Like she's got a sound.
Yeah, totally.
Hughesy's got a sound.
Yes.
But then when you say that, so often, no one has noticed me for ages, and then when I speak at a cafe or at the deli at Coles, someone will turn around and go, "Oh, I recognised your voice."
Straight away. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you're. I think you, Judith, Lucy, Husey. You have your.
That's so funny.
You have your voices.
I don't. That's so funny.
You've got
to
a
me.
sound.
But I do know because I often edit. Matthew and I edit the Australian True Crime podcast.
Yep.
You know, between us, mostly Matthew, but sometimes I'll edit a bit, and I'll hear myself say "gangster."
Gangster.
Like the other day, that was one that really. Just a couple of days ago, I was listening to myself and I'm like, oh, mate, are you right?
Yeah.
Like, why did you say, yeah, like a gangster?
Yeah.
Like, how about gangster?
Yeah.
Gangster?
Yeah.
And because I was thinking about, I read this article the other day about the Today Show weather lady, Mia Glover. It said people are cruel trolls are saying that she's got a Bogan accent, right? They're targeting her.
Right.
And I thought, all right, let's have a listen to this. Not to me, to my ears, beautiful. Like to my ears, sounds like everybody else on the Today Show. Certainly,
Queenslander.
Not even. Like I think, and I'm a Queenslander. You're a Queenslander. You know, and I'm like, not. I didn't hear anything at all.
Sure.
She's polished. She's gorgeous.
Yep.
She sounds great.
Yep.
And because my kids always tease me if ever we go to Queensland, they reckon my accent gets more Queensland the further north we go.
Oh yes. Because it gets more nasally the higher you get up there, right?
And also my expressions change.
Right.
Like if we go to the Brisbane area,
Yeah.
I might start giving it a bit of, yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day, how you going?
Yeah. How you going?
Bit of how you going?
How you going?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good, mate. How you going?
Right.
Bit of good, mate.
Mm.
And they're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I would never say, I certainly never say good, mate. And I would never say how you going
So,
in Melbourne.
but you are a Queenslander. So in Melbourne, are you bunging on an accent for Melbourne?
I think I am because I'm saying gangster in Melbourne, and
Yeah.
but I think it's like language. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but I'll tell you this much: when we are in Port Douglas, if we go to, and I love going to Port Douglas for a holiday.
This is the top of Australia. So for those of you overseas, this is like as high as you can get.
This is far north. This is what I mean. The further north I go, we will fly into Cairns.
Oh.
And we'll grab a hire car.
Yeah, yeah.
And we'll drive north.
Yeah.
And we'll pull into a survey.
Do you say yeah, nah?
Oh, yeah. No, nah, yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, no, yeah. And we'll pull into a survey.
Yeah.
And I'll go to the kids, just wait there. I've just got to go in the survey.
Yeah.
And do you want a cake? Do you want a cake? Yeah, we'll have a cake. And I'll go in and I'll say to the lady, yeah, just have a cake.
Right.
Yeah, no petrol, nah. Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
And some people say, oh, no. And then,
you're throwing in.
Oh, yeah.
You're throwing in the C-bomb.
Well, it's just no. I mean, just talking. Like I'm not having a go at anybody. I'm not having a go at you.
But up in North Queensland, it's thrown around like willy-nilly.
Yeah, we're not having a go at you. We're just,
it's a part of the language.
And the next thing you know, I am wearing no shoes at the boat ramp discussing bait.
Beautiful.
What bait are you using, mate?
Yeah.
What bait you got there?
Yeah. Well, why did you care about the guy's bait?
I'm just interested, mate. I'm just interested. What bait are you using? What are you catching with that?
Right.
Right. The tailor are biting.
You're right.
Sometimes the tailor are biting.
Yeah.
What have you seen out there? Fair dinkum.
Fair dinkum.
I'm dropping the fair dinkum.
Wow.
Dead set.
And then, okay, so then I'm guessing you flew there.
Yeah.
Right. So then you get back on a plane to come back to Melbourne. Does it switch off on the plane, or when does it start to tone down?
It takes a few days.
Right, so it can still be floating around in Melbourne.
Yeah, the kids like to keep me indoors.
Right, yeah.
They like to just oh, mate, you need to
rein it in.
You need to just stay indoors for a little while.
Okay.
Maybe you can see Donna.
Yeah.
See people we trust.
Yes.
But keep it in the circle.
Right.
Yeah. We don't want to let you out and about too much.
Well, if you're throwing the
C-bomb
C-bombs
a little still. So if you could just
we're not in North Queensland anymore, mate.
Yeah. And that'll fly at Donna's place, but it's not going to fly everywhere, all right? So you just need to, all right?
Yeah.
All right? Yeah, how you going? No.
So why is that? Why has because in different countries you have different, if you go to different parts of, say, the UK, you have different accents going on. But in the UK, it can be quite a small distance.
I know. That fascinates me.
And it can change like that.
Tiny country, and they have such intense, accents and stuff.
So why does that happen?
I don't know. I don't know why I think there's a pride attached, though. I think that in Brisbane, when I lived there, there was definitely a pride attached to fair dinkum.
Yes.
Dead set.
Yeah.
Oh, just a real...
Yeah.
There's a pride attached to it, and I think in Melbourne there's a pride attached to a certain...
education.
Yeah, a certain refinement. I think it's just a bit of pride.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Yeah. And where's Sydney at? Because you got Melbourne, you got Queensland. Sydney just is a mix of everyone, isn't it?
It is, but it's sort of like, it is in the middle, I think, of those two. Like it's a bit broad, but it's also, it's not as broad as Queensland.
Yes.
And then South Australia.
They have their own.
Very refined.
Castle or castle.
Yes.
Are they castling
they're
down
castle.
there?
No, they're castle.
They're the castle guys.
Yeah. And who are we castle?
What are we in Melbourne? I think we're castle.
Are you castle? I'm not a castle.
I think we're like saying, maybe even more intense, like saying graph or graph.
Graph. I think I say castle. I think I say castle in Victoria. I think that's when I'm faking it. I'm dead set faking it when I say castle, mate. I'm really being self-conscious and I'm going, yeah, kids, castle. But that's not who I really am. I'm not being real.
You're not being real? Well,
no.
Why do you be real?
It's hard.
So
I'm self-conscious.
Yes.
You're right. In Melbourne, I'm self-conscious. I feel like a fish out of water, like, oh, God, these guys know I'm dead set from Queensland. Fair dinkum, they know. These cunts know.
The Meshel Laurie accent.
Yeah, I don't know what bait they're using, and they don't care what bait I'm using.
All right, time for our favourite part of the podcast, which is secrets and sparkles. Get your sparkles out.
Cheers, girls.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
girls.
Cheers.
to you.
Cheers.
Yeah, here's cheers.
Now, the way this works, you share your secrets with Meshel. You can go to the link in the bio just by clicking on the link, sharing your secret. The link will also be in today's episode as well. We cover up your voice so no one will know who you are.
No.
You are safe. It's a safe space.
Get it off your chest.
Yeah. And your name's not in it as well, so no stress.
No, how wonderful. What an opportunity to just get it out there.
Are you ready for today's first secret? Here we go.
This is a bit embarrassing to admit,
Great.
but I feel it's a safe space. I was having a great night out with a guy that I regularly sleep with, and we're both very much into toys. And one night we were just doing our thing as normal, and, went home. Everything was all good. And a couple of days later, I felt a little bit of discomfort. And I was on the toilet and I coughed. And one of the toys that we used came out.
Yeah.
And it had been in me for a few days. It was one of those small little vibrators. It was a good time, so,
What, the time on the toilet was a good time?
That can't happen.
Are you joking?
That can happen?
Oh my
I
God.
obviously don't know because I don't.
Well,
I'm not a lady, right? But I'm guessing.
It doesn't
guessing-
only happen to ladies.
Well, okay, but I can't imagine that there's days that go past and that can just be floating around.
Of course, it can be floating around. I mean, oh my Christ. Haven't you seen the x-rays of people at the hospital?
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay.
God.
But they go straight away to emergency and get the carrot out, don't
They
they?
don't go straight away. Of course they wait and hope they'll shit it out on the toilet. Of course they hope.
Are you rolling
No
around
one's
for a
going-
few days with a...
Yes.
You are.
No one's going straight to emergency like, oh, well, I've got whatever up my ass. I'm going to go straight to emergency and say I fell over in the shower on a carrot. Like, everyone's hoping and praying and sticking other things up there and hoping, oh, please come out.
Right.
She got so lucky.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate the luck. I mean,
That's true.
she didn't even know it was there, so she wasn't stressed.
Yeah.
And then it just flew out of her. See, things can fall out of you. I mean, that's the lesson we've learned. The other day we heard about that lady whose guts flew out of her and she wanted the world to know about it, but she pushed her back in. That's what we learned from that. But this lady, the luck of the Irish.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Just went to the toilet and coughed. And out it came, she didn't even know it was there. I mean, there's so many people listening to these show bags going, how the luck.
The luck.
I had to go to the hospital and spin a whole yarn about
And
it.
explain this.
I was just washing my hair and slipped, and next thing you know, there's a Coke bottle up my arm. I mean, luck.
That's
Brilliant.
luck.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
But also, you know what? She needs to put in a phone call to this fellow and go, surely you knew, mate. Surely you knew that you came with 4 things and you went home with 3.
Oh, so he's bringing it. He's got like a bag of tricks.
Surely between them,
Right.
they did a stock take at the beginning of the night, and then at the end of the night, they packed up their little kit bag and went, where'd that other one go? So did I leave? Did you take the? Surely he must have known.
Totally.
Whoop.
Yeah. But I mean,
And
also,
he said nothing.
well, maybe he's embarrassed. Like, how do you say, can I have it back?
Oh, listen,
Like,
if you're a
excuse me,
mate,
can you
if
give
you're
it back?
any kind of friend and you know you've left something up your friend's ass and they've not realised, you let them know. That's at least a text.
So, well,
Isn't it?
no, I don't know. Let's say this had happened
Yeah,
between
you and I are
us.
friends. You and I are friends, mate.
I don't-
I'm never
I don't-
leaving
I don't know.
anything in your asshole
Yeah.
and just going home.
You want it back.
I would
So
not-
you're texting me and
It's
saying
not because I
you're
want
not
it
feeling
back.
you're not feeling awkward that I haven't raised the fact that it's still in my asshole.
It's not awkward.
I don't know that it's in there.
I would tell you because we're friends.
And just so how would you say it to
Bags,
me?
I'm so sorry. I've left something in your asshole.
Right.
Now, I
And
don't
you're
know if
going, I know.
Yeah, well, great. It's great. If you
No,
go,
but I don't know.
If you go, how
she
loose-
didn't know. She coughed. That's how she
Yeah.
realised.
Now, I don't want to be bitchy,
Okay.
but I'm saying, you might say to me, how loose do you think my asshole is? Of course I fucking know it's.
Right.
You might say something along those lines.
Yeah.
But she did not know that.
Right.
When I worked in the brothels, for a period of time, I worked
As a receptionist.
Yeah. But my point is there was a phrase called bucket ass.
Right.
And all I'm saying is if you were a bucket ass, you might not notice someone had left bits and pieces behind in your asshole.
Yeah.
It can happen.
It can happen.
All sorts of things can happen. So I'm just saying you need to be aware
that
you need to just mention it to your friend because they might not know.
Right. It's a courtesy.
It's a courtesy.
Right.
That's the way. You can't just jump in an Uber and go home and go, surely she knows and she'll sort it out. You have to go, mate. You know the little one, it's still in there.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It was quite expensive as well, so I want it back.
God, why do you always focus on the cost of these things? Like, it's sort of not about that.
Okay, all right, no, just...
They're really cheap, for one thing.
Are they?
Also, it's in your friend's body. It's in their fucking intestinal system. Like, can we just deal with that first?
Sure.
And then I'll reimburse you.
Yeah.
Like, if I can't, like, give me your bank details, mate. I'll do a transfer. If I can't fish it out, I'll reimburse you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, cost of living, mate.
Oh, I know, it's a crisis. I get it. It's a crisis. You can't afford to buy a house. I get it.
Okay.
My generation's so, what's the word?
Inconsiderate.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. It's my privilege. Oh, fuck, that's funny.
All right, here is our second secret for you, Meshel.
Hey, I know this is the one because it's got my heart beating. When I was about 16 years old, I pretended to be 3 different people, one of whom was me. 2 other people with completely different personalities, even nationalities, on a message board with a bunch of other kids. And God, now I think about it all the time and I feel awful. I actually catfished one of the girls on the website into falling in love with me as somebody else. I've never even told my wife. I've never told anyone. But I know that you will handle it with some compassion. That I was a dumb, lonely kid who didn't know how to reach out to people and really, really fucked with other people's lives while trying to connect. And so that is my biggest secret that I have never told anyone before.
Oh, that's so sad. I guess the person that she catfished maybe still doesn't know who she really is. Like, sounds to me like if her wife doesn't know even. So it's just shame, isn't it?
Yes,
this person's
and guilt
carrying, a lot of shame and guilt. Oh
Poor
my
thing.
gosh! But as she said, like, she was 16. Sometimes you got to forgive yourself for stuff you did.
We all we did weird shit.
We all did, and sometimes bad dark shit.
Yeah, that you got to learn from.
Yeah. This is it. The hardest thing to accept is that we've bullied people.
Yeah.
And that our kids bully people.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's talking about bullying all the time.
But you can be the bully.
Well, this is it. Sometimes you have to accept and go, well, who's doing all this bullying? Like,
yes. Yeah. Everyone has their turn.
Totally.
Right.
And oftentimes these are kids who've been bullied, you know, and
Yep.
then we take our turn sometime if we have the opportunity to have some power.
Sure.
Sometimes people take it, even if it's for a moment, you know, you have to forgive yourself a bit. And hopefully that person has moved on with their lives and said, this horrible thing happened to me when I was 16 and then gotten on with their lives. Because most of us do. Most of us had a shit thing happen to us at 16 or 15 or 14. And we just build it in to our resilience folder and, you know, make it part of our lives and get on with it. So probably that other person's not walking around the earth every moment of their day and their lives with
Thinking
that
about
heavy
this.
heart.
Yeah. No, totally.
Like you are, person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, if you have a secret that you would like to share with Meshel, all you have to do is just go to the link in the bio and you click on that. It will cover up your voice like you're hearing with these other secrets, and we'll have you on the next episode.
I reckon that person should tell their wife.
Yeah. Tell some, maybe, or if you don't want to tell them, tell a counsellor and talk it out.
Maybe tell
Chat
a
it
counsellor
out.
first.
Because that way, generic.
Yeah,
the council is
totally.
always a great place to
You're
chat
so
it
right. Yeah,
out, rather
but
than
I reckon your
because
wife.
what's the consequence if she has that? Like that could end a relationship.
But
or,
I don't. Why would it? I just
Well, it
think your
just
wife
could-
loves you. Like,
because I guess it's showing, hey, you haven't been completely truthful. So
Yeah,
what
but-
else are you lying about?
but you know what? Trust people to love you.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
trust.
hard. That's hard.
It is hard, but
It's hard.
trust people.
Yeah.
You trust people.
Mm.
Just trust people.
Yeah.
You know, she's been really hard on herself.
Go to the counsellor first.
I agree. That's
Shout it out
excellent advice.
first.
Excellent advice. Yeah.
Get it right in your mind.
Yeah.
And then drop it on your wife.
But also the counsellor can help you
Drop it on your wife.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good advice, Bags. Sounds like you've done something like that before. Oh my God, I love that. This is another great thing to just put some pep in your step.
Well, especially coming off the back of some secrets,
I
we
know.
need to sometimes put some pep back into the step.
Ooh, sometimes they're just like give us a lot to think about, you know,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's a bit heavy. So then we just have to have a little meme kind of vibe in our
Right.
lives. We go, oh my God,
Yeah.
I love that. Just walk away and go, oh, I love that.
Yep.
Well, here's something that's just been popping up in my life lately, and I've thought, oh my God, I love that. More of that, please.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is men sort of tormenting wild animals and then ending up maimed. Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
So the first one I saw was a man who was going up to a caged tiger, and this tiger obviously wasn't wild. He'd been captured, and he was quite grumpy about that.
Sure.
The tiger,
As you would be.
yeah.
Yeah.
And beautiful, stunning big animal. And this tiger was stalking up and down this cage, and this man was kind of putting his hand literally on the fence. To what end? I don't know what he expected to happen. And there were other people filming it, and everyone was quite stunned and obviously and speechless. They were just going, why, Gary? Why?
Gary?
Why?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And he was getting more and more emboldened, and this tiger was getting more and more angry, and he was, you know. And then Gary, at some point, put a finger
Yeah.
through there. And quick as you like, the tiger grabbed that finger.
Of course.
And then Gary's pulling, and everyone's screaming. And then the tiger, very clearly in the video, ripped that finger off.
Wow. What? Like, so, okay. This sounds like a long. How long? Have you seen the video?
Yeah.
How long is he like,
saw
holding the hand
over
there,
and over
putting
and
the
over
finger?
again.
Like, is it a long video?
It's maybe like 2 minutes.
Right. So he's got time to think
Oh,
about this
idiot.
whole.
He's
Fucking
enjoying.
hell.
He's just this guy just going, watch this, everyone. Tiger.
Yeah, I'll beat it.
What are you going to do? What are you
Yeah.
going to do, dickhead? You're in a cage. Check me out. Who's king of the jungle?
Yeah.
You're in a cage. Dickhead.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Give me back my finger.
No.
No, mate.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm going to probably take a fucking tendon with it.
Yes.
Because when he whips that finger, other stuff comes. I'm no doctor,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, other stuff comes out with it.
Yeah.
And then he just pulls his arm back, and it's crazy.
It's fucked up.
It's crazy up
Yeah.
in there. So I'm thinking, oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, that is great.
Good for you, Tiger.
Yeah. Yes.
Next thing you know, a couple of days later, I'm watching another video where a guy is on the back of his boat. And don't we love a bloke with a boat? That's a genre of human, isn't it? A bloke with a boat. So he's hanging out the back of his boat, and he's got a few women and kids on the boat.
Sure.
As they do.
Esky.
Yeah, of course.
Beers.
Of course. Because when you're a bloke with a boat, you
Yeah.
want to get other people
Fishing
around
rod.
and just show them your boat.
Yeah.
And go, get on me boat. I'll tell you a few things about me boat while
Yeah.
we're out there. And we'll all get sunburnt because nothing aids alcohol consumption like sunburn.
Right.
So we'll do that. And then he's hanging out the back of the boat, and wouldn't you know, as luck would have it, a shark comes up. And he goes, I'm going to touch it. And so he's bending out the back of the boat. Everyone's leaning over again, speechless, but
Yeah.
filming. And he's touching the shark, and he's touching its nose. And
Touching
it's
his
kind- Yeah,
nose?
yeah. It's kind of bobbing around a bit. He's touching its nose. It's touching its nose. And guess what it does? Grabs a finger.
Far out.
It grabs a finger, and it starts pulling and pulling, and then it starts twisting.
Ah!
Yeah. His whole hand just twists around a couple of times on his arm.
Yeah.
And it rips off 2 fingers.
What the fuck?
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what a dumb fuck.
Right?
But like,
I mean, could you love it anymore? And then I saw another bloke similar on a crocodile. Another bloke just touching a crocodile in front of a wild one, in front of people filming, and it ripped off his fingers. Well, of course it did.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
I was like, I love this. This is so great. Oh, I don't know what started this trend. I don't know where these why are you all doing this? But
Men losing fingers to animals.
to wild animals.
Yeah, well, some wild animals.
They were all wild.
No, they all
The
are.
tiger,
The tiger.
I don't think the tiger had been hand raised, put it that way. He wasn't a kitten
Yeah.
that some lady had on the edge of her bed.
Yeah.
This poor thing had just been put in a cage.
Mm.
Like, this is like, why are you all doing that?
Yeah.
And what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah.
And good on you, animals. These aren't like staffies in someone's backyard. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Horoscope time, guys.
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Chatbot. PT.
Chatbot 3000.
Yeah.
Time. And
Robo
Chatbot 3000.
Yeah.
And this is where the robot computer reads the stars.
AI. It's the AI, mate.
Yes, the AI, the Australian Idol, reads the stars and then it writes it out of a robot's ass on the internet. It's technology, and they say it's going to take all of our jobs. And I'm like, how? It doesn't have hands. Like, that's not possible. How's it going to make us a hamburger? See, everyone's overreacting. Anyway, it's going to today give us the horoscope for this week of the most troubled star sign. Like, this is the star sign that's going to have the hardest week.
Yeah.
Because who cares about, we don't want to hit all of our star signs.
Totally.
Boring. We just want to know who should stay home and bung on a COVID. That's always my advice. If the week's looking tough, it's like, well, then just don't bother. Stay home. I'm so sorry to say, this week it's Aries.
This week, you may need to balance your desire for independence with the needs of others. Aries. Practice empathy and understanding when interacting with those around you. Use your natural charisma to build stronger relationships.
Oh God, that sounds like hard.
Natural
work.
charisma. Well, they've got natural charisma. That's positive.
I mean, that's what you kind of call an insult sandwich, isn't it? It's like, balance this, and you're charismatic, but the real news is in the middle, isn't it? It's a shit sandwich.
Yeah.
And the shit is in the middle, which is all about, practice your empathy and your patience for others.
Yeah.
Who's got the time?
Yeah. What do you see coming for an Aries that they're going to need to use their patience?
A lot of boring people complaining and
Yeah.
whinging
Yeah.
and probably not doing their jobs.
Yes.
And you have to go, Kerry, I've noticed that you didn't do this thing, or you didn't, Susan, I noticed you didn't, it was your turn to clean the kitchen, like your department, and they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Corey, are you drinking my milk?
Corey.
Fucking Corey.
Always
That
doing
little
this.
mongrel.
Yes.
Are you drinking my milk
Yes.
still out of the
Yeah.
work fridge? It's all that.
Yeah.
It's going to be all that.
Okay.
Bung on a COVID.
Yeah.
Let Kerry and Susan and Corey
Yep.
fight to the death in that work kitchen.
Totally.
You put up the laminated thing. Your mum doesn't work here.
Sure.
Clean up your own,
Yes.
coffee
Shit,
mugs.
yeah.
And then it's not doing it. So let them fight it out. You stay home, bung on a COVID, watch Succession, just binge it.
Right.
Catch up on everything.
Spend the week.
Stay out of it all.
Okay.
Have compassion for yourself.
There you go, Aries.
You bathe your cats in your charisma.
There you go.
Yeah. Stay home. Yeah.
It's so bad, isn't it? It's just never right. No, ChatGPT.
Oh, no, I think it's perfect.
Oh, you think it's perfect?
Yeah, Chat Robot 3000 Australian Idol horoscope.
How are we getting Australian Idol from?
AI.
AI, right, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking,
That's what it says. You say AI and I see Marsha Hines.
Right, okay.
Like, that's all
right. Okay.
I see
Great.
Dicko. And
Do
I see
ya?
Marsha Hines going, you go, girl.
Yeah.
You go.
Do you see a touchdown from Mark
Yes, I see a touchdown for Aries if they stay home.
That is it for today's episode of Can We Be Real? If you would like to share your secrets with us, make sure you click the link in the bio. We'll change your voice for next week's show.
Woo.
That is it.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we be real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I go home?
Yeah, you can, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah.